The Reindeer Driving School. Comet Jr. was finally old enough to attend Santa's reindeer driving school, and he was so excited he could barely contain himself. All young reindeer had to learn the basics of sleigh pulling before they could join Santa's team, and Comet Jr. had been dreaming of this day his whole life. The instructor was an old, experienced reindeer named Captain Antlers. He had been teaching young reindeer to fly for over 100 years. "Welcome to Reindeer Driving School," announced Captain Antlers sternly. "Flying Santa's sleigh is a great responsibility. You will learn proper formation flying, emergency procedures, and most importantly, how not to crash." Comet Jr. raised his hoof eagerly. "When do we learn to do loop-de-loops?" "We do not do loop-de-loops with Santa's sleigh," said Captain Antlers firmly. "Especially not with a sleigh full of presents." The first lesson was basic takeoff and landing. Comet Jr. was paired with a practice sleigh, just a small sled with some rocks in it for weight, and told to fly a simple circle around the training field. "Remember," called Captain Antlers, "smooth and steady. No showing off." But Comet Jr. was so excited that the moment he took off, he started doing barrel rolls, corkscrews, and yes, loop-de-loops. The rocks flew out of his practice sleigh and bunked 3 other students on the head. "Comet Jr.," shouted Captain Antlers. "Land immediately." The next lesson was formation flying. All the students were supposed to fly in a straight line, following the leader. But Comet Jr. kept getting distracted by interesting clouds, pretty birds, and shiny objects on the ground. Instead of flying straight, he zigzagged all over the sky, causing chaos in the formation. "It's like herding cats," muttered Captain Antlers. The emergency procedures lesson was even worse. When Captain Antlers demonstrated what to do if you lose control of the sleigh, Comet Jr. thought it looked fun and immediately started doing it on purpose. "That's not an emergency," Captain Antlers called out as Comet Jr. spun wildly through the air. "That's just showing off." By the end of the first week, Captain Antlers was at his wits' end. Comet Jr. was an excellent flyer, maybe the most naturally talented young reindeer he'd ever seen, but he couldn't follow rules to save his life. "Comet Jr.," sighed Captain Antlers, "I'm afraid you're not ready for Santa's team. You're too immature." Comet Jr.'s face fell. "But flying is all I've ever wanted to do." That's when Santa himself appeared at the training field. "Ho ho ho! I hear we have a problem, student." Captain Antlers explained the situation, and Santa watched Comet Jr. demonstrate some of his creative flying techniques. Said Santa thoughtfully as Comet Jr. performed a perfect triple spiral while balancing the practice sleigh on his nose. "You know, I've been thinking about starting a special delivery service for emergency Christmas situations." "Special delivery service?" asked Captain Antlers. "Sometimes," Santa explained, "I need a reindeer who can navigate through storms, fly through tight spaces, and handle unusual situations that require, well, creative flying." Comet Jr.'s eyes lit up. "You mean I could still work for you?" "If," said Santa sternly, "you promise to follow the rules when you're flying with the regular team, and save your creative flying for special missions only." Comet Jr. promised, and he kept his word. He graduated from Reindeer Driving School with perfect marks in emergency maneuvers and unconventional problem solving, and he became Santa's go-to reindeer for the trickiest deliveries of the year. And Captain Antlers? He added a new course to his curriculum, Advanced Creative Flying. The end.